Alright guys, so while I'm gone, you are going to create your very own solar system. You're going to use both programs, Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, and the purpose of this project is just to get you a little bit more familiar with how to go back and forth between these two, what each program is for, how to utilize gradients, and just to get a little more exposure with these two programs. So the first thing you want to do is create a new Illustrator, and it doesn't matter what you pick, but go ahead and, instead of doing print, go ahead and do web, and I don't care which one. You should see this. You're going to start off by just creating an ellipse, and an ellipse is going to be in a perfect circle by holding down shift. Once you've created it, change the stroke color to none, and then make sure to click on this fill right here. You don't need to click on it twice, but you don't want to have the stroke in front, you want to have the fill in front. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put a gradient on it, and we're going to do that by going to our toolbar, clicking on the gradient tool, and clicking on our shape. You should now see something like this. Now let's pull up the gradient panel. The gradient panel, unlike the toolbar, is going to be on the right hand side, and it's this button right here. If you don't have this button for some reason, you can find it by going up to Window and Gradient, and it should appear. Right now it says linear. We're going to change that to a radial, which is a round gradient. Mine has a bunch of stops on it. I'm just going to go ahead and reset that by clicking on, I guess, sky. Actually no, I want a black-white one. There it is, black-white. And then I'm going to change this to radial. If you have any extra stops, you can always just delete them by clicking on them and clicking on the trash can. Now with our radial gradient, we're going to move it up a little bit to the top here, and maybe enlarge it just a little bit by clicking. To move it, I clicked right on this bar, and to enlarge it, we can click right here and make it a little bit bigger. If yours doesn't look like this, make sure you do have radial here selected. Now on the top left, this white one, we're going to make it a bright color. Let's say, for example, a red. In the middle, I'm going to double click, and I'm going to have kind of a darker red, and I'll leave this one black. Now if you wanted to go brighter with this color, you could. Like a pink, that would be fine as well. And then if you want to adjust these sliders, you can see what happens if I move this over here or over here. Whatever you want your planet to look like, doesn't really matter. I like this one, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, so now my planet is, the basic shape of my planet is finished. I'm going to get it into Photoshop. So let's go ahead and go into Photoshop right now. We'll do that in the next video.